Hey, I'm writing a thriller. What's up? It's Lindsay and welcome back to my channel. It is so hot outside. I'm trying not to say I hate summer. I was talking about this with Katie Ann, I'll link her channel below, but she was talking about how she thinks she has seasonal affective disorder except for like summer, and I'm like, girl, same. It is so hot. It makes me so sad. I can't go outside because of like nerves and migraines and cicadas. I live in Ohio, so we have that Brood X thing with all of the cicadas there. It's disgusting. But I'm trying to stay positive. One of the great things about being stuck inside constantly is that I have plenty of time to write. I secretly started working on my YA thriller, Project Pyro, and it's going really well so far. Writing this book so far has been so weird because I'm like tricking my brain into thinking I'm not writing when I actually am, because since I've been really ill, and then I've had things that I'm working on during the day. So during the night is the only time that I have to write Project Pyro, and I never write at night. Like, I am not a night productive person. So pretty much all of my work on this book so far has just been getting ready for bed, sitting by my bookshelf. I like to turn on my little space heater and warm my little toes up before I get in bed, you know, because who likes to go to bed with cold toes? And I end up accidentally like dictating my entire first act. What I do is I put my outline up on my tablet and I just sit here and I dictate on my phone, and all of a sudden I'm writing and I have like 4,000 words down and I'm like, whoa, where did this book come from? Yeah, it's coming well. My first drafts are always a little bit scary. I don't ever feel like they're real for me, because they do kind of feel like a glorified outline in the way that I have them very sparse, because I like to focus on plot first, so that like if I do have to do major revisions, I didn't spend a whole bunch of time doing like description and character stuff. So these read like kindergarten level sentences and like scene directions, and it just kind of like plays this game in my head where it's just like, are you really writing, or is this still just like pre-work? Is this like just a fancy outline? I'm just dealing with that. It's fine. But I have been getting like a little bit down on myself because I'm just like, wow, this sucks. And it's like, yeah, it sucks, Lindsay. It's like scene directions for your book. It's not a book. It's scene directions. Like, chill out. Then I had this existential crisis because I just watched Lizelle Samberry's last book, where she decided to shelve her novel, and you guys know like I'm obsessed with Lizelle, so I just like, I want to be her. So like she shelved her book and I was like, oh my gosh, should I shelve my book? But no, my book is working. When I look at my outline, I'm very, very happy with what I have. Like, I look at the outline and I see the potential. I'm like, ooh, final draft, this is gonna be a killer book. No pun intended. I just have to make it through the early drafts. This is not anything that no one has ever not talked about on Authortube. It's just a weird reality with first drafts. I don't know. Anyways, let's end this clip and actually get to work. So I just finished the tracker, which looks super cool. And I love these things, man. They keep me so motivated. The only problem with this one is that I'm doing like little excerpts of certain things between certain chapters, and I couldn't fit all of the excerpts and the chapters in one row, or else like I was just gonna run out of room. So we're not gonna add those in, but that's okay. They're very short little pieces, so hopefully it won't discourage me or make me feel like I'm doing less than I actually am. I'm working on the first chapter of my book, and I'm officially at 1,500 words. I'm so excited. I hit my first 1,000. So that's exciting. It feels real. Like I'm actually writing a book. I'm actually writing a YA book. I haven't written a YA book since like, when did I finish When the Sea Gave Breast? 2018? Anyway, it's going really well. I am having a little bit of like that normal existential crisis where I'm just like, oh my gosh, this sucks. And I'm like, it's a 0 draft. It's allowed to suck, Linz. But literally, y'all, my main character is so nasty. Like, I love her so much. She's disgusting. I had someone leave a comment on one of my videos that was asking, like, do you ever worry about your main characters not being likable? And I was like, no, actually, not at all. Because I prefer unlikable but relatable characters versus likable. To me, my personal opinion, sometimes likable characters get a little boring, a little stale. And I know that not everyone's gonna vibe with that, but I hope that there are some readers that will like understand exactly what I'm doing and will just like love it. Because that book is for them. It's not for everyone. It's mainly for me. Like I'm writing first and foremost for myself. But the readers who like that grungy, gritty, gross main characters, like they'll hopefully vibe with this and they'll get it. And like that's what I have to think about when I worry about like, oh, is my main character likable? So yeah, she's not likable. So you might not like my book if you don't like unlikable characters, but oh yeah, you missed it out. Look what I just got. Bam! Lizelle, this is a chunky girl. Like, I did not know she was 500 pages. You're gonna keep me entertained for a while. Can't wait to dive into this. I think I'm gonna get the audiobook though, because I feel like I will just read it faster and without migraines. It's just so pretty. Can't wait to have it on my shelf. I want to talk really quick about my first couple chapters and kind of the struggle that I'm having right now with them. Okay, so even though I know this is my process and I always write skimpy first drafts, and everyone knows your first drafts are never good, I always struggle with being like, they're really, really bad, like they're worse than other people's bad. And I'm gonna link a video below. Michelle Schusterman, if you don't know by now, I'm obsessed with her. She's an amazing author for like Penguin and Scholastic, and she has an Authortube channel. She made this really great video. I think it was called like How to Write a Book or How to Start a Book. And it doesn't deal with what you think it does. It's more so dealing with the like psychological acceptance of accepting that you're going to write crap and you have to make the crap a little bit better each time, and each draft it gets a little better. And you know, we've all heard the sculptor metaphor with writing a book, right? Like your first draft, you've got a hunk of clay and you're just trying to get like the shape of it down, and then with each consecutive draft you get a little bit more detailed, right? And she uses that metaphor so wonderfully in her video, and she actually has like a video of like a professional sculptor, like, you know, she's just a master at Authortube videos. So I'm gonna link that below because I felt really like I needed that today. I felt really seen because for some reason as a sculptor writing a book, I just think that the first big hunk of marble that I get, my first draft should look very, very close to like Michelangelo's David or whatever. And it just doesn't. It doesn't. I don't even think it's close to human form yet. And for some reason that bothers me with this draft. I don't know why. I just finished last Camp Nano in April, my second middle grade project, and I drafted that the exact same way, and for some reason that didn't bother me with that project, but it's bothering me with this project. Anyway, and then another thing that I'm kind of struggling with is I feel like, okay, so like I'm really happy with my outline. I think I actually have a really tightly paced thriller, and I'm super excited about that because I actually had to work really hard for that. Pacing is not something that comes naturally to me. I think a lot of times with authors, like we have a certain thing that we're really good at, like someone's really good at character or really good at world building or really good at pacing. I don't know what mine is, but it's not pacing. Like I have to work really, really hard with pacing. So I'm super, super proud of this outline and like what this book can be, what I know I can make it into if I work really hard. So I'm not worried about the pacing, but my first chapter in particular, nothing really happens. Thing is, I have decided that I want to make a very tightly paced thriller and a deeply character-driven novel at the same time. So my first chapter, at least in this draft, how it is right now, it's like the main character shows up at this school and gets into her dorm room and starts to unpack, and that's the end of the chapter. And plot-wise, that's all that's going on. And it kind of terrifies me that there's nothing plot-wise going on. So I did some like little tricks and some cheats that I hope work to make the first chapter like have some tension and like keep you turning the pages. And I'm gonna talk about what I did. Okay, so what I did, because plot-wise I don't have much going on, is I gave my main character like a secret. I guess I'm just kind of hoping that with how kind of like dark and mysterious and twisty the secret that she's having, that she's hinting at, is, that people are gonna be like instantly hooked and be like, ooh, gotta keep flipping those pages because this girl has some skeletons in her closet and I have to figure out like who, what, why, when, where. And then the other one was to end the book on like a reversal or a big reveal, which I really loved that idea. I just finished reading Alice Feeney's newest book called His and Hers, which is I'll pop it up right here. It was such a good thriller. Like the first thriller I think I gave like 4.5 or 5 stars to in the longest time. It was just so twisty and the characters all had secrets and it was just, ooh, it was so good. And I remember like the first chapter, in the man's point of view, it was just like a basic chapter. Like he wakes up, he's hungover, he goes to work, he's a detective, and he finds a body, and you're just like, okay, this is like boring, like why does it matter? And then at the very last sentence of the chapter is like, I hope no one finds out that I was with this girl last night, like talking about the dead body. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, so then you want to go back and you want to read the first chapter because there were so many little hints about like the things about the body that he was describing, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then you're like, is he the killer? Like why was he with this girl last night and why is she dead now? So like that was just like that, like finishing that book and then also getting the advice to add a little reversal twist at the end of the chapter. I was like, ooh, that's good, why don't I do something like that? So that's what I'm doing. And then, you know, if I stick to my outline, chapter 3 is when the inciting incident happens, and that's like a big like boom boom moment, and then it's like, it's pretty tightly paced I think from then on out. But that's what I'm dealing with. Just thought I would share, because sometimes I make these vlogs and I don't actually tell you like what I'm doing and what I'm dealing with. I just like show you typing and me doing it and I gloss over it. But I thought I would like be real with y'all for a second. I'm having problems with dealing with not having a perfect 0 draft and possibly having a first chapter that's not gonna work. I don't know, we'll see. So I'm randomly having a lot of anxiety today and I don't really know why. I've not had anxiety this bad in like quite a few months. I'm thinking yesterday when I went out to get Lizelle's book, me and my husband went out to a restaurant for like the first time in forever, and it was so nice to be back at a restaurant. Oh my gosh. But I did not eat super healthy. Like I normally eat pretty healthy, I would say. But yesterday I ate a lot of sugar. We just had like a big date day and we got like popcorn and we got a peach tart and we ate that with ice cream. And we went to Olive Garden and I ate like 2 breadsticks along with an appetizer and like soup and salad. So it was like a high carb day for me, and I normally don't eat that high of carb. So I'm wondering if maybe today I'm a little imbalanced from that. I don't know. It's actually like really impacting me today. I feel like I'm having a heart attack, and also like I'm just scared. Like I'm constantly scared and I'm like, why? Nothing's happening. You're having a normal work day. This is very rare for me, so don't worry about me. I'll be okay. My medication normally like very much so balances me, so but today's just weird. It's fine. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this vlog just so I don't have the added stressor of needing to film and such like that. While I love you guys, I do need to take care of myself first. I am currently working on chapter 5, which is wild. I'm actually typing today. I'm not dictating. I have time this morning to do so. So that's what I'm doing. Let's see how many words in I am. Oh, no. I was like, how many words am I in? I scroll once and that was like the end of all I have. So let's see, 250 words. So we're just at the cusp of chapter 5, which is exciting. This is my main character's first class that she's going to, and she hears some students gossiping about a ghost that got a student, and this person was so like traumatized from whatever this ghost did to them that they like disappeared and like got taken out of school and was like never seen again. And the main character is like, ew. So yeah, I'm going to continue drinking some tea. I'm actually drinking hops, catnip, chamomile, and bee balm so that I can like calm a little bit, hopefully. Also, I got this really cute mug yesterday on our date. Look, I love it so much. Anyway, so that's the vlog. Project Pyro is coming along. I'm having ups and downs with it, but overall it's happening, you know, and that's all you can expect from a first draft, is just for it to happen. In the comments down below, let me know if you guys ever struggle with this, like perfectionism with your first draft and needing it to be better, or just like thinking your work is like way worse than other people's, even when you know you shouldn't be comparing yourself, but like we all do it anyway. Let me know so I feel less alone in my anxiety. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you wouldn't mind, I would love it if you liked and subscribed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.